TikTok says, love the eyes. Thank you. Thank you. I go like this sometimes. I look over there as far as I can. I'm glad you're a fan. I appreciate you. Hi, welcome to the kitchen show. Craig Ventresco and I play a discrete set of music. By that I mean set of music every day here in our kitchen in San Francisco. And we live stream it onto Facebook, YouTube. Good evening, buddy, on YouTube, TikTok. Appreciate y'all. Thanks. And Instagram. Yay and hiya. Hi, Steve on Instagram. What's up? Thanks for your comment. Here we go. Play every day at 8 p.m. in San Francisco time. Except Fridays, Sundays, and assorted other days.
I was playing while you were setting up. But those were all...
Good morning, Carrie.
Those were all songs that were featured in the 1901 Burt Williams, George Walker recording session. Starting with In My Castle on the Nile. Then what was there?
Good morning, Carrie.
That was in there, but there was some... Junie. And My Little Zulu Babe. And Good Morning, Carrie. And All Going Out and Nothing Coming In.
Yeah, thanks for your comment on TikTok, Lakeisha. It's great to see you. That's very sweet. Thanks for your comment on YouTube. Yeah, we get asked this question every day as to whether we're right-handed or left-handed. And we are right-handed. The image is reversed.
We're double-handed. We're underhanded. We're overhanded.
Ham-handed.
It's very confusing for us.
Yeah, because there's so many descriptors of hands. But
you should ask our friend Hans Christian Andersen.
So weird.
Well, he calls himself Hans.
How's your backhand.
Oh,
Should
our backhand is pretty
we
good.
test it out? Never empty-handed.
That's right. You know, we should play some
Um,
WC Handy.
I've got to hand it to you, Craig. Here's oh man, I had this song in mind. Just let me think of it, because I just was about to play it. In my dreams of childhood, in those days so fair, I remember wildwood, flowers everywhere, when the twilight shadows sing their sweet regrets. Then I wander back again amid the violets. I've been making up my mind with a longing to know the old Ohio where shy little violets grow. I've been waiting for the time that I used to know. Sorry, I'm forgetting the words. On the old Ohio where violets grow. I'm gonna find a little trail, a little winding trail, a house high up on the hill. Find somebody who is longing to be true. I know he's waiting there still. When I look into his eyes, he'll tell me what I'm longing to know. On the old Ohio where shy little violets grow. I've been making up my mind to find a place that I used to know. On the old Ohio where shy little violets grow. I've been ready to find what is that line? On the old Ohio where shy little violets grow. I'm gonna find a little winding trail, a house way up on the hill. Find somebody who is longing to be true. I know he's waiting there still. And when I look into his eyes, they'll tell me what I'm longing to know. Of the old Ohio where shy little violets grow. I've been making up my mind to find a place to listen. I've been dreaming. I'm looking to find. I'm dreaming dreams of long ago. Maybe what's the line? called Spoon Time?
No, that's a medley of Moses Andrew. First tune was Camp Meeting Time. Second tune was Moses Andrew Jackson Goodbye. And the last tune was My Mary Chia, Ticket a Steamboat. She's Gone Away.
It's a good title. Thanks for the gift on TikTok, Patrick. Thank you. We really appreciate it. Let's see. It seems just like there's something wrong with me. My man and I, we just can't agree. Well, I wonder, what could this old jive be? 'Cause I'm not a bad gal. I tried so hard to cheer him when he's blue. When he wants loving, you bet I'm loving too. Just to prove to him my poor love is true, 'cause I'm not a bad gal. I wonder why he treats poor me so mean. Well, it must have been a new gal trying to get between. Well, I wonder, tell me, the fault in me, you see, 'cause I'm not a bad gal. I tell you, darling, that I'm not the kind that if you should quit me, I would lose my mind. 'Cause I'm pretty sweet, Daddy. I know a good gal can find, and I'm not a bad gal. I don't know. I forgot the words. It seems just like there's something wrong with me. My man and I, we just can't agree. Well, I wonder, what could his old jive be? 'Cause I'm not a bad gal. Oh, thank you, Carl on TikTok. He says, "You've got this, Meredith." Thank you. I couldn't remember the words.
the devil. Here comes the devil. Look out for the devil. Devil with the devil says I. Here comes the devil. Out for the devil. Here comes the devil. Oh, the devil with the devil says I. Always giving me the dickens, telling me life's no easy pickings. But as long as I have fun, the devil with the devil says I. So afraid of old man sin, now why don't you stop your hesitating? You're gonna be a long time dead, so the devil with the devil says I. You can have your social teas and bingo for your fun, but the things that I like to do, you can stop me one by one. Even if it makes you stronger, it ain't gonna make me live no longer. And even if I do wrong, the devil with the devil says I. Telling me life's no easy pickings, but as long as I have fun, well, the devil with the devil says I'm so afraid of old man sin. Now why don't you stop your hesitating? You're gonna be a long time dead, so the devil with the devil says I. You can have your social teas and bingo for your fun. Well, the things I like to do, you can stop me one by one, and even if it makes me stronger, it ain't gonna make me live no longer. And even if I do go wrong, the devil with the devil says I. Stronger, it ain't gonna make me live no longer. Even if I do go wrong, the devil with the devil says I.
What's that called?
The devil with the devil.
The devil with the devil?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. What does that mean?
I was singing the words.
The devil with the devil says I. It was down in Chinatown, all the hotpies laid around. Some were high and some were feeling low. And millions got on the floor when a knock came at the door, and in walked a bloke named Smokey Joe. He was sweating cold and pale, he was looking for his frail. He was broken, all his junk had run out, and nobody made a sound. as he stood and looked around until Smokey started in to shout, "Tell me where is Minnie? I want Minnie. Has she been here kicking the gong around? If you don't know Minnie, she's tall and skinny. It's a pleasure kicking the gong around. Heidi, 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 how? Heidi, 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 how? Heidi, 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 how? I'll tell them Smokey Joe was here and had to go just as he departed. A curtain parted, and there was Minnie kicking the gong around. I want Minnie. Has she been here kicking the gong around? And if you don't know Minnie, she's tall and skinny. It's her pleasure kicking the gong around. Heidi, 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 how? Heidi, 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 how? Heidi, 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 how? Well, tell them Smokey Joe was here and had to go just as he departed. A curtain parted. There was Minnie kicking the gong around. Love the yodeling. Thanks for your comment on YouTube. I didn't realize I yodeled, but I wouldn't be surprised if I did. So thank you. Comments on Facebook are all about Cab Calloway. Can Calloway. I don't know. I learned that song from a singer called Gus Haston, who did it before Cab Calloway did. I never heard Cab Calloway's version. Maybe I did. I like Gus Haston's version. It's a Gus Haston record. The singer of that song is Gus, G-U-S, Haston, Haston. When I first heard that record, it was one of Craig's records. I thought that the guy singing sounded crazy. He sounded really nuts, and I love that. He was singing on key, but there's some kind of like maniacal energy to his. I mean, I was probably reading too much into it, but he just. It's really weird. It reminded me of the voice of somebody who smokes a lot of cigars, but is very, very forceful in their speech, but their vocal folds have a lot of like wear and tear. It was like that singer Gus Haston on that record, but he also just sounded insane to me. Like he sounded like a nut.
Do you want to hear the story? Do you want to hear a yarn about gasoline Gus? He saved up $1 and he borrowed 20 cents and bought a jitney bus. His coffee mill was made of tin, but tin was made to pack things in. He hung a sign and it read thus: "This is Gasoline Gus and his jitney bus. Gus, Gus, gasoline Gus, gasoline Gus and his jitney bus. He packed him on the fenders and he packed him on the hood. He packed him by the dozen and the other dozen stood. From out the heap there came a cry, take that suitcase out of my eye. Gus, Gus, gasoline Gus, gasoline Gus and his jitney bus. Gasoline Gus and his jitney bus. Did I tell you what he purchased? Did I tell you what he used for his jitney bus? He bought a bunch of dynamite, he bought a pint of gin for his jitney bus. It's got a bigger kick than gasoline, said Gus as he loaded his tin machine. A lady said, don't go too far, said Gus, it's not that kind of a car. Gus, Gus, gasoline Gus, gasoline Gus and his jitney bus. He turned a dozen somersaults and then he looped to loop. He made a lot of noise just like the boarders eating soup. How far he went I quite forget, but according to Hoyle he ain't back yet. Gus, Gus, gasoline Gus, gasoline Gus and his jitney bus. Gasoline Gus and his jitney bus. Why do you want to hear the finish? Do you want to know the end of Gasoline Gus? He ran into Satan and he got on Satan's goat with his jitney bus. Old Satan frowned and said, take him out and let him ride my imp about. In 15 minutes, as big as life, he was making love to the old boy's wife. Gus, Gus, gasoline Gus, gasoline Gus and his jitney bus. They telephoned to Satan that his wife he had eloped with a funny little fellow in a funny looking boat. Old Satan never turned a hair. He just smiled and said, why, you're a perfect pair. Gus, Gus, gasoline Gus, gasoline Gus and his jitney bus. Gasoline Gus and his jitney bus. Old Satan never turned a hair. He just smiled and said, why, they're a perfect pair. Gus, Gus, gasoline Gus, gasoline Gus and his jitney bus.
Wow.
Thank you guys very much for tuning in tonight. We always appreciate it. This week we are here Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, but not Wednesday. So let that be noted. But we are here tomorrow.
Shadows are falling, the night time is calling. This is the time for love. Day has just ended, the moon has descended, lighting the sky above. They seem so long, dear, waiting for you. Moments seem used to me. Night has lost you, what it could always be. Deep night, stars in the sky above, moonlight, lighting our place of love. Night winds seem to have gone to rest into eyes brightly with love are gleaming. Come to my arms, my darling, my sweetheart, my own. Come and be mine forever, and be mine alone. Deep line, whispering trees above, and night, bringing you nearer, nearer and dearer. Deep night, deep in the arms of love. Deep night, the sky above, moonlight, light our place of love. Night winds seem to have gone to rest. Two eyes brightly with love are gleaming. Come to my arms, my darling, my sweetheart, my own. Come and be mine forever, and be mine alone. Deep night, whispering trees above, kind night, bringing you nearer, nearer and dearer. Deep night, deep in the arms of love. Well, thank you for your nice comment on TikTok. Let's see what your username is. 97 Maskin Owl. Thank you for saying I had a good voice. That's a lovely song. Yeah. Jing Monk, I think your username is on YouTube. That is such a good song, huh? Isn't that a weird song? It's such a nice song.
The sons of the prophet were brave men and bold, and quite unaccustomed to fear. But the bravest by far in the ranks of the Shah was Abdul Abu Amir. Well, the heroes were plenty and well known to fame in the troops that were led by the Tsar. And the bravest of these was a man by the name of Ivan Skavinsky Skavar. One day this bold Russian had shouldered his gun and donned his most truculent sneer. Downtown he did go, where he trod on the toe of Abdul Abu Amir. Young man, quoth Abdul, has life grown so dull that you wish to end your career? Vile infidel, no, you have trod on the toe of Abdal Abu Amir. Said Ivan, my friend, your remarks in the end will avail you but little, I fear, for you ne'er will survive to repeat them alive, Mr. Abdal Abu Amir. So take your last look at sunshine and brook and send your regrets to the Tsar, for by this I imply you are going to die, Mr. Ivan Skavinsky Skavar. Then this bold Mameluke drew his trusty skabook with a cry of Allah Akbar, and with murderous intent he ferociously went for Ivan Skavinsky Skavar. The pale yellow moon, and the din it was heard from afar, and huge multitudes came, so great was the fame of Abdal and Ivan Skavar. As Abdal's long knife was extracting the life, in fact he was shouting huzzah. He felt himself struck by that wily Kalmuck, Mr. Ivan Skavinsky Skavar. Sultan drove by in his red-breasted fly, expecting the victor to cheer. He arrived just in time to exchange a last line with Abdal Abu Amir. Tsar Petrovich, too, in his spectacles blue, came up in his new crested car. He arrived just in time to exchange a last line with Ivan Skavinsky Skavar. There's a tomb rises up where the blue Danube flows, and engraved there in characters clear, O stranger, when passing, pray for the soul of Abdal Abu Amir. A Muscovite maiden her lone vigil keeps by the light of the pale polar star, and the name that she murmurs so oft as she weeps is Ivan Skavinsky Skavar.
Oh, thank you so much for having joined us. We'll see you tomorrow, Craig and I. Thank you so much for your support. And if you send us a tip on PayPal, just don't enable purchase protection because there ain't no purchase to protect. But thank you so, so much for your tips. We really appreciate them. And we appreciate you. Where are you? Minnesota. We are in San Francisco, California. Robert Crumb. What about Robert Crumb? Okay. Thanks, everyone. We love you. Very good. Thank you. You guys. Oh, I didn't get